Tomorrow, MPs are due to debate the second reading of the Assisted Dying Bill. I know that a lot of MPs have indicated that they'd like to speak, but due to the time constraints, less than a third of them are likely to get a chance. So I wanted to let you know what I intend to say if I do get the opportunity to speak tomorrow, just in case I don't. But first of all, I'd really like to thank the many people of Worcester who have written to me, emailed me, or even met with me to talk about this issue. And in particular, I'd like to thank those of you who have shared your own stories and experiences, indeed offering your fears, all the wisdom and learning born of years of professional experience. Thank you. It really does mean a great deal to me. Many of those stories have moved me, and I really want to assure you that I've wrestled with this topic. I've tried to explore and challenge my own biases. I've listened carefully to the views and the feelings of others. I've not come to my position lightly, and nor is this a topic where one side is entirely right or wrong. It's complex, it's deep, and it speaks to the very essence of our humanity. So, here is what I may say tomorrow. This debate has been informed by tragic and heartbreaking stories on both sides. I myself remember long drives and late nights in a hospital ward, the sterile light, the nondescript beeps, the uncomfortable furniture that so many of us know. I still feel deep sadness and a sense of regret over the stunted conversations and restricted visits I shared with a close relative who spent their final days, largely alone, unseen and unheard, in a ward designed for recovery, not for the ending of a life. We're united by a common desire that nobody should needlessly suffer or be stripped of their dignity as their life comes to an end. And we've heard the calls from those most impacted for choice, for control and agency. So this is a debate about creating choices. But choices are not inherently good. Some are bad, some can even be harmful. In the case of terminal illness, there are only bad options to choose between. But if one option is to be death, then it's essential that the options of life are not unnecessarily bad. The choice of an assisted death versus a life of avoidable pain or indignity, substandard care, exclusion or financial destitution for either the patient or their loved ones is a very bad choice indeed. Any good choice then fundamentally depends on the availability of good care. And yet, as it stands, many are left with no choice but to pass away in hospital wards that are neither well suited nor appropriate for providing end-of-life care. Options for a natural death are often not explored. For many, good care at the end of life is either not available, not accessible, or not affordable. And if this bill is passed, we don't know how affordable, accessible, or available assisted suicide will be. My expectation is that assisted suicide will remain available only to the very wealthy, and will leave many disadvantaged people still locked out of the choice of death. My fear is that assisted suicide will become available to all and could leave disadvantaged people practically locked out of the choice of life. We must not create conditions where there is better access to assisted dying than there is to a high standard of social and palliative care. Our excellent hospices have shown that good physical, psychological and spiritual care for those who are dying is entirely within our grasp. And if for a moment we think it's too hard or will take too long, then legalising assisted dying is certainly not the answer. Assisted death cannot be an alternative to or a way around delivering good care in life. We're here to find a way of offering dignity in dying, not dignity through dying. That's not to shy away from death. The overwhelming message I've heard from medics and professionals is that we need to improve the way we navigate the end of life as things stand today. We must break the taboo of death and develop care that meets the physical, psychological, spiritual, practical and social needs of patients and their families, and make this available to all. As we do this, treatments that shorten but enhance life will undoubtedly play a role, as they do now. These treatments sit at the apex of practice in end-of-life care. Assisted death would sit higher still. If we're to get there, it can only be by building the foundations and the structure first. We cannot skip straight to the end. this bill is simply not equipped to robustly provide the good choices that people deserve. The fruit of this debate then must be a wholehearted commitment to fix palliative and social care quickly and comprehensively. This is important and urgent. We must prioritise making good, holistic, end-of-life care accessible, affordable and available to all. And to do so, we create the intrinsic safety needed for a healthy debate about assisted dying. And in so doing, we can allow every person to navigate the end of their life with choice, control, agency, and the deepest, richest, beautiful human dignity.